sink in, got thoughts in the trunk. Let it sink in with the psychedelic funk. Let it sink in, got thoughts in the trunk.
Whole different me, yo. Ba-da-da, sit down.
Wow, that was the douchiest thing you could have ever said, but let's do it.
All right. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Let That Sink. What the fuck?
Let's get ready to rumble!
I did it again!
This is the episode of Let That Sink In, the second episode.
Hold on!
Look how easy that was.
Numero dos.
Dose. Dan, go.
Sorry, guys. Okay.
Don't get so pumped up about. Don't worry about the videos.
I'm letting time elapse so then you can cut it.
Oh no, we're
All
gonna
right,
keep
go.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another.
What's up, everybody?
What's that? What's that? That's actually an app.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Let That Sink In, episode numero duo. Whoa! All right, so my name is Dan,
I'm Doug.
And James.
and we're ready to let that sink in. So, guys, the question of the day is: what was your favorite childhood video game? Could be arcade, digital, platform, console, PC. What was that game you
Oh, wow,
played
there's a
all the
lot.
time? There's a lot of games out there.
There's a
Who's
lot.
going first? Because I got mine.
I got
Which is
mine.
easily one of the greatest games.
I mean, I have mine.
I'm looking at you, James. I want a story out of you.
Hands down, childhood favorite game: Super Smash Bros. Melee.
That is a decent. I didn't even think about that one too.
I
I was on like older games, but that's a
I
solid
mean, if we're gonna
game.
go back, Mario Kart,
Well,
but definitely
yeah.
brought me the most joy.
That's a multiplayer game.
You know, for knowing you as long as I did, I would think it would be Earthbound. Only because you have. I know there's a lot of memories associated with family and things like that when you play Earthbound.
Earthbound's up there. It's definitely up there. But in terms of games that I was really good at, Super Smash Bros.
Super Smash Bros. I remember I reserved that game in like 5th grade in Northside Elementary School. I remember we went to, back when Toys R Us was the spot to be before it got shut down, unfortunately. There used to be like this weird like spot in the back of Toys R Us that you remember in Levittown. There was like this weird spot, and they always went back into like another dimension to like get your game. And I fucking love that. My mom reserved Super Smash Bros. 5th grade. I brought it home and I sucked at it, but it was fucking great. Honestly, one of the greatest games of all time for sure.
Nothing brings you more joy than taking someone's last life in that game.
Oh, it's the greatest. It's the greatest feeling ever.
Nothing's
If you
also
get
as
there.
great as when you complete a full Samus power up and then you just rock someone off the map.
Oh yeah.
That is by far my
Who,
favorite.
I always
who
pick
was your
Samus.
player?
See, now that's where we differ because
Pikachu.
You were Pikachu? I played a little Pikachu. I was
fucked with
I was
Pikachu,
good at that part of the game where it wasn't like the battling, but you can like hit the target or
Yeah.
finish the race or whatever it was. I was really good at that with Pikachu. I was really good with that.
I was a Marth guy.
You were Marth.
Marth. I also
Was
liked
it the other
Kirby.
guy that looked like Dave Thomas from Wendy?
No. That
No,
was
Marth is the guy with the sword.
Yeah.
I think it's the same game as
Blue hair
What,
with the sword.
was he saying? Was it the
Yeah.
same game as Captain Falcon?
No.
Captain Falcon was my dude.
Yeah, Captain
Falcon Punch!
Falcon was my brother.
Falcon dick punched everybody.
You know you're playing a button masher when it's Captain Punch, Captain Punch.
That was my
every
technique.
fucking. All right, so
I button mashed all day.
so my characters were one.
It was Falcon Punch, by the way.
What did you say?
Not Captain Punch.
I was saying Falcon.
No, you said Captain.
No, Falcon Punch. No, I was saying Falcon.
Well,
Falcon,
we'll let the
We'll go
record
back
out.
to the
Falcon.
tapes, but no, my two characters were. In the first one and into the second one was always Samus, but then I did go to Lucario for a little while.
Oh, is that the Pokemon?
Yeah, that was the Pokemon. It was pretty good.
I loved the fact that you had to unlock players.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
It's like the old school Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat. Oh, that's another
Dude,
great
Mortal
game.
Kombat was one of the greatest games. What was it, N64? I believe.
They had it on a bunch of different
Let's not
platforms.
talk about the movie though.
Did you guys ever
Not
play
gonna lie, that movie is not that bad.
It's
It's
not.
kind of corny and shitty, but like it's a good bad movie.
Liu
like,
Kang.
Who played Liu Kang?
The dude from
The guy from Beverly Hills Ninja,
Beverly Hills
right?
Ninja.
Yeah, that
the
dude was the
beautiful
shit.
locks. He's got that
He
beautiful
had
hair.
very golden
I like
retriever like
Jax.
locks.
Jax was
the shit. Raiden
Raiden.
was my dude with that large ass mid.
I was always a Liu Kang and Scorpion.
There's a skate
Everyone loved
video.
Scorpion. Scorpion was the fucking shit.
There's a skate video of a guy dressed as Raiden too.
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
With the lightning out of his eyes.
Yo, there better be some like good edits on that video.
There
There's
is.
like lightning going everywhere.
I'll have to find it. I think it was Don Nugent. He played Raiden.
Dude, I would love to
in the skate video.
Oh. I was like, you got me there. I got it, sure.
Don Raiden.
Don Raiden.
But like, what about like, just going back to the skating thing? If you could, dude, I would love to like skate around, like with a whole posse, dressed up as like, say like Mortal Kombat. Like how sick would that?
Well,
be?
now hold
That
on
would
now.
be.
Skateboarding. Tony Hawk.
Yo, I will
Let's
tell
talk
you the
about that
story
video
about
game for a
fucking
second.
That's definitely in my top 5 video games.
I was that Benny
I
Hanna
liked-
holding son of a bitch.
Yo, I love that
Tony
that
Hawk
gravity
3.
cheat code. Tony Hawk
That
3 was
was your
Three
game?
was the best.
Which
Yeah.
one was Tony Hawk 3? That the one?
That's the one where they
The
had like the
mall?
airport and
Yeah,
the mall.
the airport.
Yep.
That's the one with I believe they had Bring the Noise on that soundtrack with Anthrax and
I think
Public
so.
Enemy.
Yeah.
They had Alien
Also-
Ant Farm on that too.
Uh,
Who we
Wish,
all saw.
right?
Wish, yeah.
Dude, Tony Hawk.
That
had
was
the
a good
possibly
game.
Best. If we're going soundtracks. in
Was that the
video
one with the
games,
oil rig too? Had oil rig?
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe, yeah.
That might have been the second one. I don't know. Well,
The first one. Pop it up. The first one was with the hanger, obviously.
Yeah, you dropped into that first hangar. Then it was the schoolyard,
Yeah.
Then it was like the mall.
And you have to grind all the bells.
and then it was
Yeah.
and then it was the
Yeah.
mall,
Yeah. I thought the mall was in. I guess.
and then it was the streets in New York, and you got to grind on the taxis, right?
I remember it being in some
Yeah, you
video
did
game.
have to grind on the
and then to get skate, you had to like. Oh no, the secret tape. You had to go onto the roof
Yeah,
of the building and then
yo.
jump through that glass thing.
Yo, I remember. Do you remember when we went to Huguenot?
I do not remember that. I mean, I remember.
I went to Huguenot.
You went to Huguenot?
loved it.
Like I remember Huguenot, but I didn't go with
You
you.
think- oh, well, not with us, but
I remember going.
Sean
Yeah,
went with us. That was my grade.
well, because you're older than me, obviously.
Exactly. But you
Did
went
it.
though.
I
I
didn't
did
go with
go.
any of you guys. Because you went in 5th grade.
Yeah.
I didn't meet you until after 5th grade, and I didn't meet you.
Till way after.
Yeah.
But so
No, I probably met you in 6th grade because I used to hang out with Allie.
oh yeah, probably.
I used to be at your house.
I do
Allie
remember
is
And you
that.
Doug's
stole my
sister.
bike.
For those listening,
Who is if you want to go to a dope yoga instructor in Portland, hit up Allie Galliardo, Alley Oop on Instagram.
There's the plug.
Anyway, there's the plug. Got the plug. Anyway, so Northside Elementary
now
School.
she's gonna get like mad people hitting her up, like, you know that podcast you mentioned it. She's like, what?
Or not.
Probably not.
But so Northside Elementary School is where we all went to school in Levittown. Huguenot is Camp Greenkill, which is
I
upstate.
actually went to
Summit.
Summit, yeah.
Summit. Oh shit! Oh, no wonder why you did.
I was Northside Penguins, baby. Oh no, wait, shit, we were the Pelicans. Pelicans, baby.
How much we give a shit about our school mascot?
Dude,
I don't give a
it
fuck.
was just the name. Like you never saw a pelican anywhere like dressed up, on a school.
I wish I
sports.
saw a pelican go down that slide, that dope ass metal slide that used to be in the,
With the fire truck?
playground with the fire truck.
I remember
and
that
it had
shit,
that,
bro.
And Wooden Kingdom.
Wooden
on
Kingdom.
Summit.
No, that was at Abbey.
Yes, Abbey.
Wooden Kingdom was at Abbey Lane.
And we used to go up on that fucking little wooden tower, and I would love to piss.
Oh,
out
the
there
splinters!
nowadays,
I can think back now.
but- dude, I have a bad splinter story.
Oh, I have an even worse.
I got
problem.
so.
Oh wait,
I
okay. I have all of the levels.
All right, back on topic.
Yeah, back on topic.
But I want to tell my splinter story.
All right, go for your
Alright,
story.
tell your splinter
It's real
story, then we'll
quick.
go back to
2
Tony
minutes.
Hawk.
So I used to have this old deck where I used to live in Levittown.
Oh, you sucked
And
an old
I
dick?
was-
That's crazy.
That's your department. You suck old shrivelly cocks.
Lovely. Okay, good.
I got this big ass splinter that's literally the size of an old dick that Dan sucks. So about like 8 inches flaccid.
Not bigger than that.
An 8-inch flaccid splinter. And I
A
called my
flaccid
mom.
splinter.
I called my mom at work, and she was like, "I'm gonna bring home an instrument for you, since you have a splinter." And my dumb ass thought, "Oh shit, I have a splinter. She wants to make me feel better. I'm gonna get a guitar or a drum set." She comes home and brings home these fucking tongs,
Ooh.
like these tong-like
Like big ass, like, tweezers?
tweezers. These tong-like tweezers, and I was like, "That doesn't. I can't strum that. I can't play the Jungle to Jungle soundtrack with that shit." And then
Jungle to Jungle?
and then
There's a plug right
my
there.
first CD.
Tim
that I
Allen.
bought. And then she took that shit out of my my foot and it was all better, but I cried like a bitch probably. Anyway, back to Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk rounds.
All right, here were the levels. Foundry, which I think was the one that you were talking about, with all the half pipes.
It's a lot of steel in there,
Yeah.
like melting steel.
Yeah, I think.
I wasn't thinking of that one, but I know which one that is.
There's Canada.
Oh, Canada was the one that was like
It's cold, like snowy.
Hey, hey!
Rio Ruckus.
I could,
Snowy.
I could feel the temperature coming through my television set.
Suburbia.
I don't remember that one. Was that
That
was
was
the
the- that was-
street in there?
That was the one
Like the
in the
backyard?
town. That was in the
Yeah.
town. Where, like, you had to find that creepy old guy by the house.
Wow, I don't remember this game at all.
Hold on.
I remember like
Honestly,
two
the-
maps.
Airport.
Airport. I remember.
I think the game I played the longest of Tony Hawk is the first one, and then American Wasteland.
Los Angeles.
I remember we played the one on GameCube at your house,
American Wasteland.
and they had that song.
Oh.
I like dirt.
Tokyo.
Which makes me.
Tokyo. Cruise ship. I remember.
I do.
I remember the cruise ship.
What else was there?
I think.
Remember the?
I think that was
Couldn't you
all.
unlock the cop and do like the fuck the 5-0 move or
And,
whatever?
and you like collect donuts or something.
Yeah. I forgot what the special move was called, but it was something like it was like fuck the police or fuck the 5-0. Maybe not with a curse, but
I think it's fuck the 5-0 grind. I think that's what it was, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
but
But if we're gonna get onto skating games, I have to put a quick plug. Skate 3, best, hands down, coming from a skater, best, most realistic feel for skate.
I think I played Skate 1 and 2. I'd never, unless I maybe played at your house maybe once or twice. But yeah, I don't really
Tony
remember.
Hawk was the game that revolutionized
You're
skating
pulling
games.
it down
It
there.
did. It did.
But like, in skate, I would argue to say probably made it a little better. They
It's
took
more
what Tony
realistic
Hawk
if
had.
you're coming from an actual skate perspective. Skate 3, well, Skate 1, 2, and 3 were all more realistic, but Tony Hawk paved the way.
Definitely.
Oh,
Paved the way.
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, because with skate games, you have to really control the joysticks, kind of know what the fuck you're doing. In Tony Hawk, the first game, you just down B,
Button mashing.
up A, down B, and then honestly, I just did a whole lot of Rocket Airs and Benihana's.
And the cheat codes were so heavenly. You got
Oh,
the
yeah.
gravity cheat code. You could Benihana for hours
Just-
on a half pipe.
Unlimited, unlimited grind, unlimited
Yes,
manual.
unlimited
who
grind.
was your character?
Bucky Lessick.
Andrew
Bucky
Reynolds.
Lessick. Andrew Reynolds.
I was Bergquist.
Andrew Reynolds is my
Bob
favorite
Bergquist
skater.
was the
I was
shit.
Bob Bergquist.
I
I,
definitely
was
picked
that
Bob
Christ
Bergquist.
Air. That was my.
I used BAM
my
too.
jam.
Chad Muska was a dope one.
Chad Muska.
What was the girl's name? I forgot her name.
Alyssa Steamer.
Alyssa Steamer.
Mm-hmm.
No one played as Tony Hawk.
Who the
Losers.
fuck wanted to play as Tony Hawk? man?
Losers.
But definitely, Tony Hawk is definitely one of the best top skating games. One of my personal favorite games. Mario 64. Hands down.
Actually,
Hands down.
I was actually going to start asking you guys, what is like an older game that you guys like played with your family?
Dude, Mario 64. Me, you, and Sean probably played Mario 64 back in my house.
Oh my god, so many times.
Um,
that was my shit.
My
That
brother
game
is like
revolution-
wicked good at every video game too.
Yeah, Johnny, he's pretty
So anytime you sucked at a level, you were just like, yo, bro.
Johnny.
You gotta jump in.
Fix this shit.
Jump in for me.
I just remembered something really, this might be problematic nowadays.
Oh.
So, back when there was only two colors of the Pokemon games. Red and yellow?
Red and
Red and
blue.
blue,
Red
dude.
and blue. Gee.
Red, but yellow was the third one.
Yellow was
That was
after.
the one with the little Pikachu followed you around.
Red and blue.
Yeah.
And I think that was the
remember-
first game that Pokemon had on Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
Game
you could get
Boy
Mew
Color.
in those. I don't know if you've ever used the cheat.
James got me
I
a Mew
never,
the
I
other
never
day.
used the cheat, I don't think, but
I did
now
get
I
you
would,
a
I would
Mew.
love to play that game now because I miss that shit so much because it was just so simple. But I got stuck on a level one time. I forgot what it was. I forgot which part of the.
It's
of the
usually
map it
when
was.
it's like the ghost. What tower,
Wait, where-
tower
what-
is that?
It was inside one of the caves.
It's probably,
is it the
it's
pitch
probably
black
the
one?
one right before you get to the ghost town.
It was before-
Diglett's Cave.
Yes, it was the Diglett's cave.
That's the darkest one.
I called. So I was stuck on that level, and I couldn't do it. I tried for hours in my house. I called up John Washio,
Oh
the
shit!
only Asian kid
The one
in our school at the time. This was 6th grade, and I'm like, dude, I can't beat this fucking level. Can you come over and beat this for me? And he beat it for me.
I've
It-
beaten
it's-
those games
Dude,
hundreds of times.
all you needed was the flash, and then you could see.
I know. I didn't know that because I'm a stupid white kid.
There were so
I
many.
wasn't thinking outside the box.
There were so many cheat codes too. Did you guys ever get like the unlimited rare candies?
I don't think I used.
I
Missing
that's
now.
like the
Missing
gigabyte, right?
now.
Unknown or something like that.
How do you do the cheat codes on Game Boy?
So to get the Mew, there's 2 ways, but the way that I do it so you get it earlier is when you get to the 3rd town, whatever Misty's town was.
Lavender, I think.
No, Lavender Town
No.
is the ghost town.
Oh,
Misty's town,
Cerulean.
Yeah, Cerulean City.
Cerulean City.
look at us nerds
the
going to
Nugget
town.
Bridge. You remember the Nugget
I love
Bridge?
that
word.
The,
Yeah.
the Nugget fighters that you have to get through to the end?
Bikers, I think they were.
No, they were it's called the Nugget Bridge.
No, yeah, but-
it might have been bikers.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So you have to go up there, and then you get to, it's the same spot that leads you to, Bill, and he was the one
Yeah.
who created the computer thing.
Yeah.
He's transformed into a Pokemon, and then you have to transform
He's a Ditto
back.
or something, right? Something like that?
You know what I'm talking about?
I honestly right now feel like Tilda Swinton's character. I feel like Doctor Strange when Tilda Swinton touched his head and he knew all things. You just tapped in a crazy memory that I can't believe I remember.
So
That's fucking wild.
So
I
when
do
you get
remember
to when you get to the top of the Nugget Bridge, you go to the left, and there's if you just take your character and move them all the way to the left, and then you save your game, you take 1 step down and hit start really quick, and it pauses the game, and you save again. No, you don't save there. You teleport. You have to get an Abra.
Fly away.
You have to get an Abra. You teleport. It brings you back to the Poke Center. But when you teleport, the guy in the grass sees you and starts walking towards you, but it glitches. So now you can't use any of your buttons, and you have to go fight another character. But if you have to fight the character, you have to let them walk to you. It sounds crazy.
Who
But you
makes
have to,
this shit?
you have to let them walk to you, right? So then you fight the guy. He has a Slowpoke. You beat the Slowpoke. You teleport back to the Pokemart or Poke Center, and then you walk back up on the Nugget Bridge, and then a wild Mew encounters you. So that was how to get Mew.
Thinks of this
For
shit.
missing No, you have to talk to the guy. Remember in Onet? Oh, not Onet.
That's
That's
Earthbound.
Earthbound.
Ooh, we're going back.
What's the
Pallet.
first? Pallet Town? Is
Pallet
that-
Town's his hometown.
Pallet Town. So you know the guy who teaches you how to catch a Pokemon?
Yeah, the grandpa, the old
You
man.
have to talk
Oaks.
to that.
No, that's
Grandpa
not Oak.
Oaks?
That's Professor Oak and no.
Professor Oak. Wow.
Yeah, maybe.
Grandpa
To-
Oak.
Both accounts
Yeah,
are
but anyway, so you have to talk to that guy. Then once you talk to him, you fly to Cinnabar Island, and you
Cinnabar Island.
and you surf up and down
Oh,
the
yeah,
coast.
yeah.
And whatever is in your 6th slot in your bag, when you encounter a missing No, it'll give you an unlimited supply. So you put your Master Ball there, and then you put rare candies there. So you have unlimited Master Balls, unlimited rare candies, and then you have every Pokemon up to level 1.
Now, that one can hurt the rest of the game, right?
Missing No, if you catch it, yeah. But it does glitch your, if you beat the Elite Four, it'll glitch your Hall of Fame, too. That's the only thing that sucks.
I really wish I was
And
friends with you
then
in fifth grade.
Mew, and then Mew, but the Mew you can catch and it'll be fine, right?
You'll catch and be fine, yeah.
Yeah, because I have a nice Mew. I think it's like a level 4.
I got it for you.
Yeah, yeah. And also with that same glitch, you actually can get Genghis Khan and all these weird other.
Yeah, you can
Pokemon.
find any trainer that walks up to you and it'll just give you a different Pokemon.
Yeah,
Like you get a Nidoking, which you can only
Nidoking.
but they're all
get
what
for
level
trade.
9 or something like that.
Level 7.
Level 7.
Level 7.
And you know what game is really underrated that has to do with Pokemon? Someone guess it. Someone guess underrated Pokemon game.
Underrated Pokemon.
Give it to me. Bring it.
Pokemon Stadium.
No.
What do you mean?
Pokemon Pinball?
Pokemon Snap.
Oh,
I've never
Pokemon
played
Snap.
it.
What, dude? It is so fucking fun. You just go around taking pictures of Pokemon.
I'm gonna have
and you're
to,
on this roller coaster ride or whatever. And I honestly don't really remember it that much. But I remember it being really fucking fun. And it was the hardest thing to take a picture of a Mewtwo and a Forsyth? Scyther?
Scyther?
Yeah, wow. I'm way
Forsyth.
off. Forsyth. I think I was thinking of the actor William Forsythe. Look, a wild William Forsythe.
It's weird. When I'm bored at work, I'll sometimes go on Sporkle, which is a
Sounds like a porn website.
Sporkle.
Spankle your
Li-
Sporkle.
listen up, kids. Go to sporkle.com. You're gonna see some good stuff.
That's the new Tinder. If you just want to get pissed and shit on, go to Sporkle.
It's just a website where you can take random quizzes and trivia questions. But
And also get your dick blown off.
Welcome to Sporkle.
This is Sporkle.
so
This is Sporkle.
at work when there's a little bit of downtime, which is always downtime, I'll occasionally take
Where do you work?
I work for a financial institution.
Where there's a lot of downtime with people's money. Okay,
Yes,
go on.
Downtown with Money.
That
So
dirty drug money.
can I finish? So it's just a website where you can find these trivia questions, and I commonly do name like the first generation Pokemon. I try to get them all. I usually get around 60-something%.
I'm gonna have to try that. I think I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
get. I think I can get more than.
Honestly, you get a good chunk. Like you feel like you're really in the groove, and then just good like halfway through, you kind of like,
I feel like I can name
Black-
the first 12 like right off the bat.
well, it's the it's the starters.
Charmander.
No, if you go in order, it's Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Ivysaur, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Caterpie.
Metapod,
No. Oh yeah, Metapod,
Metapod, Butterfree,
Butterfree,
Weedle,
Weedle,
Kakuna,
Kakuna,
Beedrill.
Beedrill,
Is it Rattata or Pidgey next?
Fuck Rattata.
Pidgey.
Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, Rattata, Raticate.
Mankey,
Is it Mankey already?
Primate.
All right, we're way more than 10.
Okay.
Yeah, this is.
But that's what we do on our
But
downtime.
okay, so to kind of plug in the other video game that we were talking about before that Dan brought up, I don't know if you've ever played.
Stadium?
No.
Earthbound,
Earthbound.
Oh, Earthbound.
which is for out there,
If-
it's the game that if you played any of those Super Smash Brothers, it's the Ness character.
Yeah, so
I've never
NES,
played Earthbound.
It's awesome. But if you liked Pokemon for Game Boy Color,
Love Pokemon.
think of like this same format. It works almost identically. Like the characters look the same
What
when you're
console
walking
was it
through.
on?
Super
Super Nintendo?
Super Nintendo.
I never had a Super Nintendo.
Sega.
Super Nintendo.
My dad got me a Sega Genesis. That was the first console I had, and we played Sonic the Hedgehog. And do you guys remember? So there's this game that
Knuckles.
this dude, Knuckles was the shit. Sonic vs. Knuckles was one of the
Tails?
greatest games. Tails was great. Bubsy. Do you remember this game called Bubsy? It was like this
Never even
orange
heard of it.
Tasmanian
Not even a
devil
little bit.
character. I don't. No one ever remembers it. But I honestly don't even remember what the fuck it was about. It was just him kind of running on the roofs of houses. I think that's what I remember.
Sounds like Paperboy. Remember Paperboy?
Yeah, it was kind of like
Just ride the little
Paperboy,
bike and throw your paper.
except it was like Tasmanian
Paper
devil.
Mario.
Paper
I never
Mario.
played Paper Mario.
Paper Mario was good.
That came out in like 2007. I
You know
think.
what's a great old school Mario game too? Dr. Mario.
Again, I never played
Dr.
that.
Mario.
The only other
It
game
was
that
like
I played,
Tetris.
the only other game that I played that was Mario was the one where he has to clean up ink, and there's like a evil ink.
Is that Luigi's Mansion?
No, that was a dope
Also
ass
an
game.
underrated
but no,
game.
Mario wasn't in
Also the
Luigi's
best game
Mansion.
on GameCube.
No, it's oh my god, what was it called? It's basically you go around and you gotta like wash away ink from the.
It was on GameCube, right? It
It-
was like
I-
with the water thing.
Yeah, it was
with
either
the hose?
that or the Wii.
Look that shit up.
Yeah, some ink Mario game. But I remember playing this game. And it was essentially you have like this pack on your back, and you just go around killing these. It's like the piranhas, the Bob-ombs, the Goombas. You kill them all, but they're
Mario
all like
Sunshine.
Super Mario Sunshine. And
That was it.
you basically have to just clean the planet that's been
Yeah, that was it.
killed by like.
Oh man, while we're on the topic,
That was
of
actually
Mario,
a really good game.
That was a really good game.
Mario Party.
Oh
Mario
my
Party
god!
fucks up friendships.
It
That
does.
like
game
Uno.
fucks up friendships.
Uno fucks
Uno.
up friendships. Friendships.
Friendships. No, but you want to know what game I
Friendships.
loved playing as a kid, and for some reason, every single time I mention it, people are like, "Yeah, I was kind of."
What, Mario Party?
No,
Oh, Super Mario's.
Banjo Kazooie.
My
Bro,
brother loved
I
it.
love that
I will
game.
play Banjo Kazooie.
Say again.
I will. Play, I fucking suck. I will play Banjo Kazooie every day for the rest of my life until the end of time and never get tired of it.
Dude, that game is amazing.
Did you prefer
Also,
Banjo
it's-
or Kazooie?
Banjo all the fucking way. Duh! He was like Goofy. Is that the sound he makes?
That was good.
He just kinda
No,
sounds
I
like
mean,
being
honestly,
poked
the
in the
whole
ass
game's
by
called
that
Banjo
fucking
Kazooie. So
Kazooie.
I honestly, every single time I had to split the characters and do some type of like joint mission, I always hated those. Like especially in Banjo Tooie, when you actually had to run through. There's like the dinosaur land, and when you got to run with the bird Kazooie. You got to run through Kazooie,
Zoinks.
and you got to run through like this flat land, and it's just this weird big dinosaur just starts trying to stomp it on you. It's making this weird like fucking weird noise.
What was the hardest level you've ever played of any game possible? Like that level sounds pretty terrifying.
Level,
That like just made you fucking
particular-
whip the controller at the fucking wall
particular level.
of any game. I would have to say the Mario level in Mario 64 with the lava.
There's a lot of you got to be a little more
The
specific.
volcano one?
We got to jump in the volcano and then climb up the volcano all the way.
Yeah. With like the falling tiles that you had to
Oh,
go
that one does suck.
That game made me
That-
want to fucking take a shit on my Nintendo 64.
Honestly, I had a lot of
console.
hard times with a lot of games, but I mean, I can't really think of one off the top of my head that's the most worst level. I know there's a lot of difficult games I've played. Portal 2 was a very difficult
Portal
game.
2 is so much fun. I like to just watch that game. I think I just watched you play it
Yeah.
the whole time.
There's a lot of points where like I had to stop in Earthbound. That game, it's probably pretty underrated. I don't know if a lot of people know about it, but that game gets fucking tough.
And
Towards
that was
the
on
end.
Super Nintendo, so I'm sure there was no like real cheat codes back then.
Oh no, there's
Like
no
you had to
cheat
have
codes.
real skill
Yeah,
to beat
it's
that
not
game.
even like because like there are some like Mario games. I think it was Super Mario 3, whichever one where they first introduced that raccoon tail where he can fly.
Yeah.
You could like find secret ways in the levels and transport to different worlds.
Yeah.
Like World 7 was like the last one, but in Earthbound, I don't think they have that.
Honestly?
There's like points where I have to pass it off to my brother because he's like I said, he's so good. Where I'm like, I cannot beat this. Like,
He's like,
I need to finish this game. You need to beat this for me.
Yeah, like you don't care if
Otherwise-
you do it. You just want someone. to
My
beat
life
the
will be
shit.
incomplete.
So now, I was thinking about a point of Pokemon actually, of a place that always stressed me out, and it was always Lieutenant Surge or Brock.
Oh,
Yeah,
no way.
he was kind of hard to fucking beat.
Brock was a pain in the ass because I was always a big Charmander and Squirtle fan. So
Rock is weak against water.
I'm saying I usually would go with the fire. I would usually pick Charmander, and it's the worst thing because
Brock kind of looks like the ex-member of Crazy Town.
I don't know what that is.
Or the ex-member of like fucking.
Crazy Town, man.
What the
Come, my lady. Come, my lady.
Oh,
Come
the
fly.
group.
He looks like he would be in that band. It was a joke. It failed.
He
I suck.
could be the ex-member
Get
of the
over
village. The village people too.
And the Village People, yeah. He had that open vest.
Yeah.
He was just begging for cum from Pikachu.
All right. So here's a question for you guys: which game have you played its entirety, but could start a new file and play it all over again whenever you want?
Pokemon.
I would say Mario 64. Doesn't matter how many times I beat that
Ah.
shit. It's the same thing. Mario 64
Mario
for sure.
64.
Or Grand Theft Auto. Honestly, Grand Theft Auto might be
Which
my
one?
favorite game.
Dude, but the thing is, Grand Theft Auto, there's not. I mean, no one really sits there and plays the story. We just go and start shooting people in the head.
I get
that's
too
a stre-
sidetracked
That's a
with
stress
Yeah,
reliever.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've seen you like strategically place like bombs places
Oh, yeah.
and like set this whole scene up just for one huge explosion off a cliff.
Dude, my shit was rocket launchers. I used to just love rocket launching police. But like to say like this is a good thing we should talk about. I think me and Dan were talking about this the other day. Violence in video games affecting society, being that we just brought up Grand Theft Auto. I think it's more of a stress reliever. I
You know
think
what?
if you're I think it
I don't
has
think
to do
it's-
with mental if you're mentally
Unstable.
if you have a real mental illness, which you should get help for it, it's not the video games.
Well, I think it's also because like those people like when it comes down to it, it's a chemical imbalance in your brain. That's
Yeah,
what
at the end of the day.
triggers
Totally,
people.
yeah.
So I don't think it has anything really to do with video games. I think to a person who has that chemical imbalance, it could potentially make a matter worse because they could think of whatever, but I don't think that actually like a normal, sane, or rational thinking person.
Right.
Like if I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, I love to fucking blow people up in that
Yeah,
game.
all the
Doesn't mean I'm gonna make a bomb and go
Right.
explode an actual
And
city.
the thing is, with the video games today, it actually has been known to increase, brain function, continuity. Did I say continuity?
Continuity.
Like cognitive thinking,
Yeah.
and problem solving, and skill building. It might look dangerous and violent, but I've played Call of Duty more hours than I'm proud to admit.
Dexterity
And
also helps.
not once have I ever said to myself, I'm going to go to get a gun and start fucking shooting people. Never. I
Yeah,
mean,
'cause that's just not the right thing.
Yeah, I grew
It's
up-
not the right
I-
thing to do.
I
I
grew up,
think it boils down to the person. Like there's so many factors.
Exactly.
I mean, like it. You know what I mean? It could be family life, your upbringing, just what you're raised around. Like, that's
Yeah.
the same thing as saying like, if a video game being violent like that. What about like parents who grow who raise their kids like down south and teach them to hunt. Does that mean because they learned how to hunt from a young age that they're going to want to go and pick off people in a city? Could it? It's possible, but it doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like the same principle.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't really matter. It's all based on the kind of person.
Yeah.
And everyone. I believe everyone has a little form of mental illness. Human beings aren't perfect, but there are degrees of mental illness that could make someone think that. I don't know what the trigger in someone's brain to think that it would be okay to go out and start shooting people. It's definitely not because of a video game. I don't think, because normal people go home and play video games to unwind.
I mean, if you have that chemical imbalance, like, it may not help you having a violent video game. But I don't think it would be the determining factor of what set you off.
Yeah, I always took video games as a social activity, because I played a lot of Counter-Strike. Me and you played online together. I've played Call of Duty with other friends online, and I felt it more of a way to socialize and have fun while doing it on a rainy day.
Dude, there's so many pros to video games.
There is.
So many that people don't talk about. I think the media is just focused on exploiting
they want something to blame.
Games.
They really want something to blame.
Yeah, when they really should be looking at
the
right
person
now being maybe they should be
the parents
medicated,
fucking beat them or something crazy.
I think right now
didn't?
the biggest push with video games, I think it's kind of stemming away from the violence even. Not that that's not a huge underlying factor, but now, like, kids growing up using iPads, playing games on the iPads, growing up playing video, like, the whole big push with it now is more so related to kids don't go outside anymore. Or kids are so technologically involved that they're not doing anything. Which, like, don't get me wrong, I love video games as much as the next person, but when I was a little kid, I wasn't always on a video game.
Yeah. I mean, you could just blame it straight up on the internet. Nowadays, everyone has everything, like, from a young age. Everything's so accessible.
What I do think is happening to the youth today is we're getting desensitized to a lot of things.
Oh, it's very desensitized.
I remember, I know this is a little weird and off subject, but like when I had to find porn as an adolescent, I literally, you want to know how, like, the things I found? I found crumpled up nudie mags.
Oh, in the fucking sump.
In the fucking sump.
Found it.
That was our porn. And now every kid who's like 11, 12, even younger, maybe even older, have cell phones. They literally can type in tits. Boom. They're seeing a fresh set of titties.
Dude,
and that's why I think we're desensitized. I'm not really worried about the video games, to be honest. I'm worried about everything else.
Well, just because literally you give a kid an iPad, he could search anything he wants. He could find beheadings if he wants to. There's everything on the internet. You can't just blame it on TV shows, video games, and like how parents blame like shows like Game of Thrones or The Walking Dead and saying that they depict too much violence on TV. It's not good for your kids. One, shut it the fuck off if you don't want your kid watching it. Be a parent and parent your kids and turn it off if you don't want them watching it. Don't let the people who enjoy it suffer. Don't let people who enjoy video games that are violent suffer.
If they're gonna
if your kids don't like it, just don't buy it.
I mean, for them. Before we get back onto like the topic of where we started with all of this, like if we're gonna go down that route, there was like, I don't remember exactly what year, I could probably look it up, but there was like a time period for a very long time where there wasn't even an R rating, so everything was where there wasn't even a PG-13 rating, mm-hmm. So things were getting rated either PG or R.
Right. Beetlejuice was rated PG, and he says nice fucking tree or nice fucking sign in the movie.
Yeah,
and that's PG.
I mean, not that it's a scary movie, but even Gremlins has some factors in it that you would think like, there's probably
Gremlins,
that's PG.
Is terrifying.
Is that PG?
It's PG. Gremlins is PG.
That would give a child nightmares.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
It gives adults nightmares. I can't watch Gremlins. That shit is fucking scary.
So,
but it's a great movie.
But that's what I'm saying. So like, if they're gonna go down that route where now it's like, oh, well, you can't watch The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead has a specific logo that comes on that TV 17.
TVMA.
TVMA.
Yeah.
So, like, it has a rating. So, for them to blame it on that is ridiculous because when they were growing up, you're watching a movie like Gremlins, which is rated PG, safe for kids. But now you have something that has a label saying this is not safe for kids. Why is it on TV? My kid shouldn't be watching this.
Just the media blowing it out of proportion.
And that's what the thing. With all this new technology that kids have access to, there are things called parental blocks.
Exactly. Learn how to parent.
Yeah.
If you don't want your kids watching something, hint. Turn it the
This is the
fuck
product of the Woodstock
off.
youth.
Turn it the fuck off if you don't like it.
PG-13 only got introduced that rating in 1984.
Wow. So is that saying the first PG-13 rated movie was Indiana Jones?
Indiana
Temple of Doom?
Jones. Yep.
That's a great movie to be reintroduced to PG-13 audiences.
PG-13 Indiana Jones.
So every movie before 1984
1984. Yep. Before
didn't have
August 10th.
PG-13 rating. Wow, there's a lot of fucked up movies with PG ratings then.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's so many.
I wonder if they went
violent
back
movies.
and like
rebranded them.
rebranded them. Yeah.
They could have.
They
Re-rated
definitely
them.
probably.
I mean, Beetlejuice, I would still say is a PG movie.
I would say
fairly.
PG-13. I mean, if we're gonna give it that 13 title.
I guess he says fuck in it, so I guess
Yeah,
PG-13.
I mean, you can't. Nice fucking sign.
Dude, Michael Keaton kills it.
Yeah, man.
Anyway,
Back to video games.
So now, what is the greatest video game you think you've ever played? Wow, look at that question.
I don't think I could pick just one.
I got two.
No,
just because
no, like Desert Island video game. Like if you, like, for some reason, you're on a desert island.
Grand
they
Theft
give you a-
Auto, easily.
Yeah,
Desert
Grand
Island,
Theft Auto?
because you can
I'd
never
probably
run out of
take Grand
things to
Theft
do.
Auto, too.
First of all, it revolutionized. I can't say that word.
Revolutionized.
Revolutionized. My tongue gets tied up and I
My
can't
thumb.
speak no goods. Grand Theft Auto, like, introduced the world to, like, the first really big open world game that you could just go to the ends of the fucking, like, you know, like the fake wall that you knock into in video games. It went beyond that. It was so open that you could literally go anywhere.
Do you remember?
If they added a skateboard to that with like functionality like skate, it would be perfect.
That'd be insane. Dude, murdering and
I
skateboarding in a
thought the
video
new one
game.
has a skateboard. No, you can't ride a skateboard or bike.
You could ride a bike.
You can ride a bike, motorcycle.
You could steal
You could ride
car.
a regular
Did
bike.
anyone else try to go into like the half pipe?
You could even
Oh,
do.
hell yeah.
You could even do jet skis.
Yes,
Oh,
dude, the
yeah.
jet skis were the shit.
Which, by the
You
way,
could go
jet skis
super
should have
far.
been named boatercycles. I'm a firm believer on that.
Motorcycles.
Motorcycle can change the game.
Right?
I was gonna say Call of Duty.
But see, okay, here's my issue with taking that as a desert island game.
Would you have Xbox Live?
You're not gonna have live, and to me, I'm not gonna play the campaign mode of it.
That is a very.
And if I
good
was gonna
point.
take a Call of Duty, it would be Black Ops 2. That was the best one.
I was
in
in
my
Modern
opinion.
Warfare 2.
Modern
but
Warfare 2 with the
Modern
fucking
Warfare 2
hanger, the hanger,
Harrier.
hanger,
Oh, hanger map.
hanger.
Oh,
What was it
okay.
called?
Boneyard.
No, Boneyard. Jesus. I forgot the name of it, but it was a great little map, little tiny map, and you could go under the buildings. It was on a rooftop
Oh, I know what you're talking. Yeah, yeah. I think it was
with the
Hanger.
crane. You could go on the
I
crane.
think it was called
I
Hanger.
don't know if it's called hanger
Or High Rise.
Can you look that up? High rise. It was high rise. Don't even look it up. It's high rise.
High Rise.
High rise is the
Yeah,
shit.
but there's no plane in that one. It's just the crane.
No, just the crane. No plane.
Yeah, the plane one is Hanger.
What about you?
That's just a joke. But hold
Desert
on,
Island.
hold on though. I have to switch now because I thought I'd have some
Xbox
connectivity there. I didn't know I had a. I didn't know it was like that.
Desert Island, you just have one outlet. No internet.
Honestly, dude, I think I'm gonna go old school and do like Super Mario 64.
Honestly, that's a good one. You're just kind of. I feel like eventually you would get bored because it's a little limiting. Because how many times can you do
hold
the
on.
same
Let's go back.
shit
I would.
over and over?
You know that main screen where you have to pick A, B, C, or D?
Yeah.
You know how many times I squeeze that dude's face and drag it around for like 20 minutes? I can sit there for a while.
So you're really trying to go crazy on this island.
Hey, if I'm on a desert island, I have a video game to play. I'll drink a coconut,
Put the lime.
hunt,
in the-
hunt for a
coconut.
fish.
It's one of the worst foods ever created.
Not a big fan of coconut. My stepbrother told me I should really be drinking coconut water because it like cleanses your system. I had coconut water once, pissed out of my ass, and I never had it ever again. Just like White Castle.
I'm pretty sure
White
everyone
Castle
here
and
has
coconut
pissed out of
water.
their ass once
Easily.
or twice.
Eating White Castle. The two things that make you piss out
See,
of your ass.
I'm
White Castle
lactose
and
intolerant,
coconut
so
water.
every time I have a little bit of cheese or something like that, I piss out my ass. It's more like a hockavaloo, like through a
Please tell me you've seen Big Mouth.
Big Mouth.
Dude, have you seen Big Mouth?
No.
Dude, you guys gotta get on that wave because it's fucking hilarious. There's this character named Coach Steve, and he literally Nick Kroll voices him.
Scuba Steve.
Scuba Steve? No. If Scuba Steve is fucking Don Corleone compared to Coach Steve. Coach Steve, but he has like a lactose intolerance to cheese, and they literally show him getting in a fucking ambulance eating cheese in like a body bag, resurrecting himself, and then eating cheese again because he can't help it. And then he was sucking on a cow's udders.
Wow.
It's animated, by the way. It's not,
You
it's not
you
live
said
action.
voiced by Nick Kroll, so I assumed it was animated.
Not live action.
I mean, I also would consider, in all honesty,
Dude.
because I played them so many times, I would consider Pokemon Red and Blue. For Desert
What,
Island.
what was that one joystick game that I had that we loved?
Oh my gosh. That had like 6 games in one. I had like Pac-Man,
Pac-Man,
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug, that
I
racing
liked-
game, Speedway or something like that.
Yeah, I liked that.
Galactica?
Galactica.
And
The
you
one
actually
where you
was
have
a
to,
little
I was
green-
so good at that one. I used to be able to get to like
You
level
and Steve were
30.
dope. I always got to like maybe 10, 9, 8.
Oh, that game. I still have that. I still have
Yeah?
it. Mm-hmm.
I think I traded you,
I think I traded you World of Warcraft for that.
yeah, Frozen Throne.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was a good game too.
Reign of
You know what
Chaos.
game me and Dan used to play? Me, Dan, and Sean used to fucking love this game. Rush.
Rush 2.
Rush,
we got
Rush
we got
2. Where you had the stunts and you
Yeah,
had the fucking
that
points.
game was crazy. Rush 2, you had a little map where it was like a... I don't even know how to describe it.
It was like a map with like a bunch of fucking like 70-foot
Shapes.
half pipes.
Yeah, shapes
And you just go off it and
things
crash.
you just crash.
Sidebar, back to your comment before, you would take Call of Duty over, like, say you had the connectivity on this desert island. You would take the, I don't know, connectivity.
That's right.
Okay. You would take that over Counter-Strike?
Now, yes. Maybe
Easily.
back then, no.
Easily.
I was very big into Counter-Strike. I played a lot. Scott Killer. Woo!
Never got Counter-Strike. Never got it.
You tried it, though, didn't you?
See,
I hate
it's
it.
tough. It's
It's
tough
the
to
worst.
pick a video game for a desert island for a couple factors. Because one, if you don't have live, that takes out like a bunch of different games, and then also like some great games, you kind of need like 2 players now and then. Like
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers. Could you play the story mode? Absolutely, but you'd finish it so quickly and then want to just verse people that it wouldn't be worth it.
It's more fun playing with someone else for that game.
Yeah,
But hang
like
on.
Mortal Kombat,
Mario Kart.
Injustice, Mario Kart,
Easily multiplayer.
Mario
games.
Party.
Like they're better on the multiplayer mode than story.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second, though. What time frame are we on right now? And we're going to cut this out, obviously.
What time frame are we on?
Yeah, like how much more time do you think until 45 minutes?
I think we might have reached it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we might have reached it.
Any closing thoughts? Anyone want to say any closing thoughts?
Let's wrap it up.
Well,
That's it?
Let's come up
That's
with
like
something before we just go into closing thoughts. Like let's finish up like one generalized thought. Like have one more small topic and then introduce the closing and then do the closing. Because like if not, we're just gonna like all of a sudden finish with whatever we just said and then it's like, all right, closing thoughts are. So
what's the wrap up?
So we did Desert Island. All right, so what's the most underrated game you think?
The most underrated game. That's a great question.
Let's go underrated game of your childhood. What's the most underrated game of your childhood?
Underrated game.
I would
of my
say
childhood.
GoldenEye, but it's really not GoldenEye because
And that's not really underrated.
yeah, no, not at all. So that would be a fuck no.
I would say Yoshi's Island.
Yo or Yoshi's Story.
Yoshi's Story, though.
I never played Yoshi's Story.
Yoshi's Story.
I don't know if that's an underrated game, though. That sold a lot.
You know what? Luigi's Mansion. Is it
Again,
an underrated
I
game?
don't think that was underrated.
How so?
Because that game was dope.
That was the only game anyone ever played on GameCube. But no one talks about it. It's one of the greatest games. You got
I
Luigi,
wasn't a
you
huge
got
fan of
Ghosts.
it.
You didn't
Hold on,
like it?
hold on.
Yeah.
It
Need
was
for
fucking
Speed
great.
Hot Pursuit 2.
It's just another car game.
What about like Blitz?
NFL
NFL
Blitz?
Blitz?
Yo,
I don't-
NFL Blitz was the shit.
Hold on.
Actually, I
Wait,
I
think I got the game.
sports, and I loved NFL Blitz.
Duke Nukem.
Duke, I don't know, underrated. One of the greatest games ever.
There's that and Turok.
You'll agree with me on this one. Dave Mirra, Freestyle. Remember that fucking game?
You know what? Most underrated game? SSX Tricky.
SSX Tricky is real.
SSX Tricky.
SSX Tricky is real fucking dope.
Another underrated game. You
1080
ever played
snowboarding.
Super Monkey Ball?
I played Super Monkey Ball. Wait,
So addicting.
Wait,
like,
wait.
There's not
Wait,
much
hold
to
on.
it.
the Windows pinball game. The one that came with every Windows
Okay.
computer.
Oh, that was good.
Oh my god, that was
It's
amazing.
not really like a. Would you consider that a video game?
Yeah, it's on a video, it's a game. Video game?
You also want to say MS Paint too?
Wow.
Would you consider solitaire a video game?
Play a little Minecraft.
If we're gonna go with that helicopter
Wait,
game that you used
wait,
to have to click,
wait.
that was
Slappy Bird.
Bomberman.
Bomberman.
Bomberman. Do you remember fucking Bomberman?
No, I
You
never
were a
did.
literal bomb, and you had to blow other people up. I think that was the thing of the game.
You obviously know the game quite
Bomberman?
well.
I really do know my video games. But you had to walk around. There was like different levels,
Wasn't
and you threw
outside
fucking
kid.
bombs at people.
most of the time.
We were skateboarders
was
and we
nuts.
would be outside. Doing
There's like a summer where me and Dan rode to my mom's job every single day. She would give each of us $20, and then we would go to A&W, get a root beer and a burger.
What song would I play on the jukebox every time?
Oh my gosh, what song?
Probably something corny.
Oh fuck.
I remember
Magical Trevor.
it was. I think it was like 1062. It was the code.
Oh my
I
gosh,
played-
what song was it? What song was it?
"Stop in the Name of Love" by Diana
Stop
Ross.
in the name of love.
What
By
the
the
fuck?
Diana Ross and the Supremes.
And then we ride all the way back home.
And then Skates More.
Yeah.
I remember me, you, and your grandpa were in your car, and we were playing Disturbed Down with the Sickness, and he was getting into it. And the old Grand Am.
I learned how to do my first kickflip in your 31 Clover. Second mention. There's the plug. 31
Boom, that's the
Clover
plug.
in your backyard.
We used to grind on the blue gutter that you used to have in 31 Clover Lane. We set up like the. You remember the
I
blue
think it was
gutters that we used to
green.
have?
Yeah, yeah.
Nah, that shit was blue. Oh wait,
Blue?
it might have been green. It was something.
Is that little
It was
plastic
some
green
color.
thing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was
And we
green.
like we took off the gutter and put it on this little like lip that he had on his it was like that wasn't a deck, but it was like a concrete.
A concrete slab that just kind of went
Yeah,
down to
and we
another
put
concrete
the,
slab
we
with a
put the
couple inches
gutter
in
next to
between.
that and kind of just like rode on it. We're like, yo, we just did a 50-50. And it really wasn't, but we just rode on top of it. It was great.
Well, I'm pretty sure these people are sick of hearing our shit.
Yeah, it's about time. All right, guys, so let's wrap this up. I want to thank all the listeners out there for tuning in another episode of Let That Sink In. I appreciate you guys out
You
there.
think it's sunk in now?
Well, let's ask those viewers, hey, guys, did you let that sink in?
Did what sink in?
Our non-sensory, our tomfoolery,
And how much have sunk
our
in?
shenanigans.
Like sunken in so much where their eyes sink into the back of their skulls?
Are they in the sunken place?
They're in a sunken place.
I say we end it there. Because no one's coming back from the sunken place.
Oh, if only we had like a teacup. Clink, clink. That would have been perfect.
I think I'm in the sunken place right now.
And we out.